Yes, hello Masterguide there who are invested. Hello the entire world. Hello church members and other people of God. We are living in a small world. In my understanding, I would say a small world. Take what is important in this presentation. All the focus, the youth ministry's focus, is the same focus of the church. Now, I want us to look at the Masterguide now. Masterguide roles and their functions. There, I would say, the other one would be to enrich the quality of the church life because of their training. You see, in the church, there are a lot of master guides. If the entire church is trained as master guide, I'm telling you, the church will be live. The church will be more encouraged, because what you learn, you want to experience it, you want to practice it, you want to implement it. So, when you are implementing all angles, some will be treasurers, some will sing, some will lead into training other people to do Bible studies, some will train people how to do witnessing, evangelism, outreach. Some will be an issue of ADRA, where we will talk of gardening. As Adventists, we are also looking at country living. We learn a lot in this. Also, to become involved in the church youth ministry, especially with the junior youth and the team in their organization, e.g. Adventurer, Junior Youth, Teen Pathfinder Club, AY Society, Masterguide Clubs, Youth Clubs. So, as Masterguide, we should be, once we are invested, we are not just invested to go and sit in the church, but we must be involved. We are the one to teach these young people. That when we teach them, tomorrow also they become master guide, they also, the chain will follow. As we looked at that 1879, where the 16 years and the 14 year where they started, it began to grow. From there, it changed to JY. It is a movement, it's not an stagnant issue. Youth ministry is not an stagnant issue department. No, it is a movement. As the mother church, the Seventh Day Adventist church, is a movement. So, this department, or the departments in the Seventh Day Adventist church, are movement. They are not a stagnant group. The other one will be to take an active part in the Pathfinder and AY special ceremonies, induction ceremony, investor ceremony, Pathfinder Day. A master guide must be involved to assist in organizing these events. When we talk of induction, that's how we recruit these Pathfinder, Adventurer, Ambassador, Young Adult, Master Guide, Senior Youth Leadership. That's where they will be presented to the church as a witness. When they are presented, is to enlighten the church, to see that, to tell them that these young ones, they are here today giving themselves to Christ in these lessons. So the church must be involved to train. The church must be involved to support with materials for learning. The other one will be to initiate trainees. Course record card upon request when it is determined that the requirements has been completed satisfactorily. So, as the master guide, we are the one to initiate the course materials are needed to make sure that when you look at the course, when they are being taught, you see they have complicated. You are satisfied that indeed this course it is done, and you can see when you test them, you can see when they go out for practice or when they go out in the field, it acts like when they go, they are doing like evangelism, they cover it. When they go to and evangelize, in other part you will see that it's a practice, but in other part is to implement what they have learned, how to share the gospel with other people. Then we have another one will be to prepare, to be prepared to organize, to participate in evangelistic pathfinder outreach, junior, teen, voice of youth series. So they can also launch series. They make DVDs, then they send, you can distribute these DVDs. People will be watching, then they will be seeing that, oh, so young people are capable to do this and this and this and this. So this church has this kind of material where they train young ones to read the Bible, to do gardening, to preach the gospel, to show their talent, to come up with their talent, to use their talent, to see how their spiritual gift can help other young people. So, to cooperate with the church Pathfinder Club Director and AY Leader for harmonization youth ministry in the church. So, these clubs in the youth ministry and as a master guide, when I'm invested as a master guide, I need to work together with this club director, because master guide is not a club. Actual is not a club. For me, I would say it's a training. It's a training course. Even though they'll call it a club, but it's a training course whereby they have to work with young people, the entire youth ministry, to assist here and there with the leaders of the Pathfinder, adventure leaders, ambassador leaders, and the young adult leaders. So they don't become overall on top, no, but the young ambassador leader or the youth leader is the one on top. This one, they become assistant. We join hands together, we advise one another, then we move on with the gospel of salvation to the nation. As I have said, they will participate in the church community outreach program to remain integrated part of the church youth ministry and the church family, not to become isolated group in the church, no. Where practical, to organize a Master Guide Club, the parent organization of the Pathfinder Club. So all these ones are the role and the function of a Master Guide. Now, a Master Guide in church organization. Number one, we have leadership role. Number two, we have a Pathfinder Club. Number two, we have a Master Guide Club, an Adventurer Club. These are the Master Guides in the church organization. What do we talk? What do we say when we say leadership role? In leadership role, we talk of leadership training. Prepares a master guide to serve in many church leadership roles. As I said earlier, a master guide, when it's being trained as a master guide, is not being trained just to wear the uniform, the beautiful uniform, the navy blue and white, with a lot of logos, lines, whatever, pins. So to show those classes that, no, I look presentable. No, it's not that. But they are frequently called upon to serve the church of God. They become deaconesses, elders, departmental leaders, instructors, Sabbath school teachers. In most cases in the previous years, master guide will be sent to a pastoral school, then they become pastors, and they are given a district to lead. So Pathfinder Club, Master Guide are trained more specifically to assist and lead out Pathfinder Club as a counselor, instructor, and a director. Number 3, I said Master Guide Club. A Master Guide Club should not compete with or take place of AY Society. I'll read it slowly. Or it is program. It often there is an overlap of leadership which makes joint function easy. However, where separate organizations are duly elected by the church, frequently cancel the joint cooperation is essential. Then Adventure Club is led by a person appointed by the church. Preferable, they are saying a master guide and a specific in children's ministry. Yes, things were supposed to work, but now things were supposed to work like that, but now when we talk of leadership is a gift from God. Leadership is not, we are not saying when we are trained as master guide, then we become leaders. No, but actually, you become part of the church to assist the church. You are a member of the church to assist the church, the youth ministry, as well to lead. As the leadership is a gift from God, so everyone is encouraged. So, I want to encourage my fellow invested master guide that when the world is running into a nightmare, God's church cannot remain idle. We are the soldiers of the cross. As master guide, it is our time to rise, to stand, to go. We are well trained. Press forward on master guide. You are trained to do the work of God. You are trained to comfort the church. You are trained to lead young people. You are trained to serve, to take the gospel. And the church itself is a movement. So we are not there just to wear uniform, then we become dormant, we become idle. We are there to do the work of God. We are not trained to overcome the church. We are not trained to grab the position of the church, but we are trained there to be deployed to different areas, different districts. Looking at our districts, like specifically in Ondangwa district, I must say, specifically where I am based, we have different branches, we have different churches. So all of us who are invested here in all the northern districts, including Oshakati district, we were supposed to be appointed, or we were supposed to be deployed in different corners of this area where we are. We're supposed to be given branches where we go with the leadership of the church. When the elder of the church fails to go there, a master guide must be able to communicate with that church, must be able to go to that church, to nurture the church. We are not going there to overcome that church, but we are going there to sympathize, to work with that church in harmony. We assist there where God provides us with knowledge to assist. It's not, master guide is not about uniform. I will repeat this one. Master guide is not about uniform. Youth ministry is not about uniform. Youth ministry is not about uniform. The clubs in youth ministry is not about uniform, but it's about the message that Jesus Christ left for us. He left for us to share the gospel of salvation to the perishing world. So, This church is a blessed church. It's blessed, equipped with all equipments, with all necessities, with all books, what we need. We are so blessed in this perishing world. We're supposed, the world, when they look at us, the entire Namibia, when they look at the young people in the Seventh Day Adventist church or at the Adventist movement, they were supposed to see hope in us. They were supposed to have hope in what we do. They were supposed to be in touch that when people become discouraged, we are there to comfort them. We are there to show them the path. We are there to point them to Christ. So I am urging master guides invested, master guides in training, young people, ambassadors, pathfinder adventurers. I'm appealing to you, brethren, even those invested in the senior youth leadership. I'm appealing to you that it's time to stand up for Christ only. It is time to enlighten the church. It is time to delegate our self-services. It is time to harmonize with the church leadership. Tell them, to encourage them that, no, deploy us, I'm here. Here I am, deploy me to a branch. That in that branch I'll be doing specifically what should be done. While we are guided, pastors are few, they cannot finish this work alone. And this gospel of the kingdom should be preached to all the world, to everyone, to every tongue, to every tribe. So, master guides, I'm appealing to you. You are invested, you are trained in different categories where your spiritual gift leads you, where your spiritual gift wants you to do it before you retire from this world. I'm appealing to you again and again. Let's encourage young people to stand for Christ. May God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe for some other videos to come. Continue watching. Jesus be with you. God bless you.